Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Billy once again coming at you with a real quick vinyl update. This is a handful of things that I picked up just before Record Store Day, maybe within the last week or so, leading up to Record Store Day. If you haven't checked out my Record Store Day video, check it out. I just uploaded my Record Store Day finds. Like I said, it's a longer video. It's about 20 minutes, but this one's going to be a lot shorter. And then I will have another video coming up sometime later this week that you won't want to miss. It is a handful of Grail records, really nice scores. Worked a trade with another VC member, and we've both finally completed that. So I'm gonna be able to show what I ended up picking up there. So jumping right in here with some things that I picked up here recently. I'm not 100% sure if I haven't already shown this one, but this was released a couple weeks ago. It's the new Townes Van Zandt Sky Blue. This is on Fat Possum and Townes Van Zandt Records. It is alternate takes. Basically, I think they say all songs written and composed by Townes, unless noted. These are different takes, different versions of songs, just Townes and a guitar. The majority of these, I believe, are just Townes and a guitar, and so it is a great copy. There were a handful that were actually printed on a supposedly sky blue vinyl, or deep blue, whatever, probably this color here, vinyl. But I ended up getting my local store didn't end up getting any of those. They were pretty limited, so I ended up just going with the black vinyl. Happy to have that. Gave that a spin. Really happy to have that one. And then out of the blue, out of the sky blue, I get a package from our buddy, our long lost VC buddy, Bill Helmet Diggy, and open it up. There's a Townes Van Zandt Sky Blue, and I'm like, oh, I already got one. But I look, Diggy's the man. There you go, limited edition Sky Blue vinyl. He knows the way to my heart. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Diggy. So I'm gonna leave this one sealed. If it had been the other way around and I had got this first, I probably wouldn't have got the black one, so I would have opened this. But since I already have the black one open, I'm going to leave this blue one sealed. I'm not sure of the numbers on these, but I'm thinking there's less than 200 of those. So, Bill, thank you very much for that. That is very nice of you. You always come through. You always find a way, and I appreciate that. Then our buddy Jeffrey Rusnock showed the new Kiss World, and I honestly, it was not on my radar for some reason. I mean, anything new Kiss, I gotta be honest, I have to see somebody show it before I go out and get it. But this is basically just another greatest hits comp, another cash grab by Kiss. But there are some, I was glad they added some other things on here. I mean, it has your standard stuff, your Rock and Roll All Night, Detroit Rock City, Beth, Lick It Up, Heaven's on Fire, Tears Have Fallen, Crazy Nights, I Was Made for Loving You, but it has God Gave Rock and Roll to You too on there, Unholy, Hard Luck Woman, Psycho Circus, Shout It Out Loud, Calling Dr. Love, Christine 16, Love Gun, Shandy, I'm a Legend Tonight, Modern Day Delilah, and Heller Hallelujah. So a pretty decent track list. I'm can't wait to actually listen to it. So that's the one reason I picked it up. And it really, for a double LP, it wasn't price bad. I think it was $21.99. I was pretty shocked that the price was pretty fair on that. And I picked those up at Trusty. Actually, all these things came from Trusty Chords. You hear me talk about Trusty in my videos. They're a new store here local, and I'm so glad that we've got them. So then the day before, so this was Friday, there was a new record that came out that I'm sure as you guys have watched my videos, you know I'm a huge fan of Aaron Lewis, especially his last album, his solo stuff, his country stuff. Not so much the Stained stuff, but the solo country stuff. Love his last album from 2016, Center. My favorite album of the year that year. One of the favorite country albums in the last 10 years or so. Anyway, his new album came out on Friday, and I was obviously stoked about that. And here is his new album, The State I'm In. I had heard a handful of the singles through streaming through Apple Music, and loved what I heard. There's a song on here called The Bottom that is just a great song. It's very contemporary, not new country, definitely not new country. Kind of cosmopolitan country. So it fits right in with those tracks from the '60s or early '70s, like Ray Price, Charlie Rich, and Willie Nelson, things like that. The Willie of the '60s. It has that countrypolitan sound of the '60s, and I just absolutely love the song. It's a Charlie Robinson cut. Charlie had cut it. Wrote it. I don't know if Charlie wrote it, but he actually cut it years ago. But it's a cover of the Charlie song, and it is so good, so good. I love it. Another highlight on here from me is "Love Me." It's a great ballad. The State I'm In, title track, great song. It keeps working. It's one of those songs that basically is poking fun. Not really poking fun, just basically taking shots at modern day country. And it's called, It Keeps Working. For some reason, just when you think it's over, another one comes along, a fresh new face in his sister's jeans singing the same damn song, but it keeps on working. It's a great cut, great album. Love Aaron's country stuff. Unfortunately, I guess fortunately for some of you guys, but unfortunately for me and any fans of his country music stuff, I guess Stained has announced a reunion, which will probably lead to another album, which will more than likely either put a long halt to his country career, or it could just end it altogether. But we'll see. If it does, I've enjoyed the 3 albums that he's made. Well, the 2 full-length albums and the EP. I would love to see more from him because it's tried and true country. He doesn't pull any punches. He's not any BS when it comes to Aaron. It's good stuff. It's as close to like the old Waylon stuff that that you can get. And then while I was in there picking that up, a friend of mine had recommended that I listen to the new Brooks and Dunn tribute album. The reason I'm putting air quotes here is because it's most tribute albums are just cover songs put together by other artists on an album. Well, this is actually other artists doing Brooks and Dunn songs, but with Brooks and Dunn, which I thought was kind of cool. A very interesting take. So I listened to it. I pulled it up through Apple Music, and was actually quite impressed. Even though you guys know what I think of new country music or new country music artists, I think a lot of it was gauged on the first track being "Brand New Man," which was their first single anyway, and it's such a great song. But it was Luke Combs, and I really did. I do enjoy Luke Combs. As a matter of fact, his album was probably the country album of the year for me last year. Luke Combs' stuff is great. So it was Luke Combs and Brooks and Dunn doing "Brand New Man," and then I was shocked that every track after that, even though some of the artists I was like, man, I hate these artists. They did a great job. The one that shocked the hell out of me was Kane Brown doing "Believe." So Kane would do a verse and maybe the chorus, and then Ronnie did a verse and the chorus, and then they did the last chorus together. But man, it was unbelievable. An artist named Cody Johnson, who I'm not familiar with, does a stripped down, very haunting rendition of "Red Dirt Road." But one that kind of stuck with me was Kacey Musgraves. So I'm not really familiar with Kacey. I've obviously heard of people talk about Kacey. I think maybe Tommy Burton, I'm not sure, was talking about Kacey in a video a while back. And forgive me if I'm wrong, but I've heard a lot about Kacey. I see her on the award shows, obviously Grammys, just racking up awards. But the only thing that I've ever really been exposed to her has been the live stuff, and I wasn't that impressed. Don't get me wrong; she's a beautiful young lady, and I thought that maybe that was the reason that a lot of people bought into her stuff. But I heard her do a version of Neon Moon on that Brooks and Dunn reboot, and it reminded me, it's as close to Leanne Womack without being Leanne Womack. And I love Leanne Womack's airy, breathy, kind of haunting in a way vocals, and that's what it kind of reminded me of. So while I was in Trusty picking up the new Aaron Lewis, I just looked through the bin to see if he had any Kacey Musgraves, and lo and behold, he did. This is her first album, same trailer, a different park, like I said. She's a good looking young lady, but I'm into it more than just that. I want to hear what I heard on the Brooks and Dunn reboot. I want to hear that in here, so I'm excited to give this a spin. I'm gonna spin this today or tomorrow. I've got a lot of catching up to do, but I'm gonna give that new Ortophone 2M Blue cartridge a workout. So there's the one album that he had, and then he also had this one, and they were priced very well. They were like $17.99, so I went ahead and picked them both up. This is, I believe, her new LP, Golden Hour. So there we go. I will report back in and let you guys know what I think of that of those records. But that's my vinyl update. My pre-record store day vinyl update, let's call it. But anyway, guys, as always, thank you for tuning in. I hope everybody's doing well. And remember to check in later this week when I have an epic video for you. Take care, guys. Peace.